So we are live, guys. My microphone is up. I'm gonna wait for. Just gonna have a mic check, make sure my mic is not too loud, and then we'll go into the game. So we are live, guys. My microphone is up. Okay, I'm just gonna turn on my Twitch one more time. Turn off the sound. Let's go for commercial. Yep. And we are going to jump into the game in a few seconds. Okay, louder. Sure, okay, I'm gonna push my microphone a tiny bit. There we go. Tell me if you guys can talk as well so we can do the global balance.
Hello. Mic check. Hello.
Okay, that's good now. Okay, so let's get into the game. Hopefully I'm not going to crush my OBS while switching. I'm going to wait another 1 or 2 minutes. Oh, yes, we are in the game. Are you guys connected yet?
Yep.
Nice and clean, okay. So welcome to everyone. This is the Tea Time with the Dev number 4. This one is possibly the most exciting one we ever had in the past. The reason is because you guys are going to be able to play our game tomorrow for the very first time. So this is 2.5 years of work, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a very, very exciting day for us. So let's have a quick look at the UI. Tonight you won't have crazy ass action and explosions in every direction. We just want to show you the game. So tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. GMT, you are ready for the game and you know what to do. Because let's face it, this game is a tiny bit more complex than the average game out there. So let's dive into it. So when you connect to the server, this is what you're gonna see. You're gonna have press enter to select your spawn. You'll press enter and then you'll select your team. So right now everybody is in the British, the 1st Airborne Division. I have a total of 9 players. And here we can see that we are playing on the map Hilsum and S01, that is standing for single 01. We will have, each map will have a number of layouts here. So this is S01. For the playtest, we will have 3 maps with a total of 3 layers per map. So that is roughly a total of 9 layers. Hilsum is the city where the paratroopers landed on 17th of September 1944. This is one of the first map we have made. It is 5.6 kilometer on 5.6 kilometer. And the 2 other maps we will play, not tonight, but during the weekend, are Oosterbeek, that is literally east of Hilsum, and that map is 4x4. And we have Raiken here today, is the level designer of that map.
Hi there.
So we'll get back to you in a bit. And as you can see here, we will be playing the offensive game mode. So for the original release of the game, we will only have the offensive game mode. In the future, so post-release, we will have the game mode Stratagem and Sandbox. Okay, let's go into the British, then I will go into the section menu right here. And here you can see the minimap, so this is Hilsum. If I zoom a bit, here I can see that Arnhem is 8.5 kilometer at the east. That north of here we have Wolfhaze. And again, my Dutch is going to be really, really bad. And I think everyone's Dutch here is going to be bad because no one is from the Netherlands.
Yeah, very much, yeah.
So, and here we have Doors. Doors is not going to be playable in this weekend playtest. We want to spend a bit more time on it, so maybe in a few weeks' time you'll be able to play Doors. So here you can see all the minimap and all the markers. Let's go into the spawn point here, the British main base. I can see my teammates are already on the ground and I can see multiple icons here. So we have the tanks. So the tanks are with this icon. If you're not familiar with NATO signs, there is that little legend at the bottom here. So we have the commanding vehicle. We'll get back to that one in a few. We have the anti-tank gun. We have some ammo trailers here. So let's go back to our main UI. So here at the very top, you can see 800 tickets for the British and 800 tickets for the Germans. So every time someone dies or a vehicle gets exploded, some tickets are taken away from that pool. And if you hit 0, you lose. And you can also see here a timer where we have 27 minutes left. So what that timer is actually doing, it's fairly easy. We have 27 minutes left to attack that flag. If we do not succeed in the next 27 minutes, then we lose the game and we switch to another map. The total amount of time you have to capture the flag is 45 minutes, so that server has been going for 20 minutes. And as soon as we capture that one, we will add another 30 minutes on top of whatever times we had left here. So let's say we capture that flag right now, then we will have 56 minutes and 42 seconds to capture the next flag, and so on, until we manage to capture every single flags, or we are being stopped by the enemy on the previous flag. Okay, let's jump into the game. Here we have the platoon commander. So basically what you can do when you connect to a game, you decide if you want to join the platoon commander. So that is only one player here, the main platoon commander. We have the infantry sections down there where you can see that we have able section right now. The section leader is currently Scrub. And we have a few players in that section already down there. Then we have the logistics section. We will get back to that one a bit later, and same for the armored section. So let's start with the commander. So I am now the commander, and I will click on the respawn point here in the north of the map and deploy. I'm going to give it a few seconds for the grass to load. There we go. A nice line.
I think people are saying our VoIP is a bit too low in comparison to yours. Is there anything you can do about that?
Oh yes, what I'm gonna do is push up the gain of my microphone. Tell me if it's too loud and I'll adjust. So who do we have here?
I think it's your voice that was fine, and then everyone else's is quiet.
Okay, went the wrong way then. So I'm gonna push my microphone down and the global sound up.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go again. So here we have PS Striker. So Striker, can you tell us what you do at Periscope Games?
I'm the main programmer at Periscope.
Okay, and next we have Stadler. Okay, Stadler, can you tell us who you are?
I'm Stadler, the captain community, and doing the UI design.
Okay, so basically you are the one in charge of the Discord and all the community and the modders?
Yes.
The moderators, not the modders. And here we have Makolik. Can you tell us what you do?
Hey, I'm a 3D artist and animator here at Periscope Games.
Cool. And then we have Enoch. Can you tell us what you do, Enoch?
I'm a 3D artist and I mostly work on vehicles.
Cool. And Art Childer?
I'm an executive producer of the company and I'm one of the level designers as well.
And then we have the Scrub.
I'm the sound designer at Periscope, and I make things go boom.
You make things. And the crazy thing is we have 2 sound designers in the same square meter. That is not every day. Oh, it's Raikane. Okay, my bad. I thought it was... Who's that? Okay. So Raikane, can you tell us what you do?
I am Raikane and I make some of the maps as well, one of the level designers.
Cool, great. So now that we have everyone here, let's move to the next objective. So I am the commander. I'm going to show you how the commander plays, so you're ready tomorrow if you're willing to be the commander. So let's get closer to here. We can see that we have a Jeep here, and that Jeep is very special. The reason is there is a radio fitted on it. So that is the commander vehicle. So can we have someone try to drive that one vehicle?
Do you want to turn up your global a bit more? You just see something quiet.
Oh, okay, I'm quiet. How about now?
No, we're quiet, you're fine.
Okay, so then I will have to turn off the game a bit.
You just ear-bleed the whole Twitch chat.
Did I? That wasn't... Okay, cool. Let's move on. So you can see here that in that Jeep there is no one being able to drive it. There is only me because I'm the commander, and now I can actually drive around. So what that vehicle is for is pretty easy. Basically, it's only for me to be able to call in the air support of the planes, and in the future you'll be able to actually call in the artillery and some more little things that we are not ready yet to discuss. So we also have another radio here in that tent, and so when I'm in the 5-meter radius of that radio or that vehicle, I'm actually able to call in the plane. So we're going to call a Spitfire down the range here. So I'm opening my map by pressing enter. So I'm going to call it here around in that open field. So you see here, if I right click on the minimap, I have the markers, so I can tell my friend, hey, I need supply here, or go destroy that thing. I'm going to switch to the support tab here on the right, and then I'm going to call in a Spitfire, and it will go from east to west. So I'll decide the bearing of the plane, and I will click on accept. If I right click again and I go into support, I can see that my Spitfire is incoming. Let's have a look at it. Yeah. Ooh, Merlin. Where is it? You guys see it? Oh, I think I see it. Yep.
I think people are saying
Well,
it's
I hear it.
Okay, I'm gonna push my microphone down a tiny bit and put the game lower.
I just checked the stream. Your voice is fine, your volume is fine, but everything else, the in-game and Discord is very low right now.
Okay, I'm gonna alt tab. Let's fix this now so we can move on. Yeah, that should be better. Let's give it a try. Postscriptum here. Okay, tell us.
I wonder
guys
why you're
what
not
you
the sound
think.
designer.
Hello, test.
You had to
That's
say
blah blah blah.
that. You had to, right?
I'm a level designer and I make levels.
But
Yeah.
wasn't it you the other day that upscaled an image thinking you had more pixels?
Yeah, I'm not a graphics designer, am I? Never said I was.
You bitch me, I bitch you.
Just add more pixels. This is fun.
Oh, okay, people say it's good. So we've seen the Spitfire. Maybe you didn't hear it. Well, don't worry. You'll see plenty of Spitfire over the weekend. Let's move on. So we've seen these. Let's have a quick look now at the flag and the icon. So who is the section leader here? Was it Scrub?
Me, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna open my map. Can you drop like a point of interest, almost where the Spitfire was, so we can discuss?
Yep. I know it's right in front of us.
You did a squad marker instead of team marker.
Yeah, point of interest if you can.
There you go.
Oh, there we go. So you see here the section leader Abel did a point which with the number 55 inside. So basically what this is a section leader or a commander just to discuss with the other section or coordinate an attack. It will right click on the minimap and then say point of interest, and by pressing OK or accept you'll have a random number in it, and then I can say, hey section Abel, there is something going on point of interest 10, can you tell me what it is? Or you can call random things without being a very specific destroy or artillery or something. It's just something here. Have a look at the mark 27, and those marks they will disappear over time. So if the marker is a tiny bit faded, then you know the mark is old. Scrub, since you are the infantry section leader, can you tell us a bit what is your role in the game and how you're going to help us win?
So as an infantry section leader, I I can lead infantry into battle alongside logistics sections and armored sections. There will be restrictions put in place, as far as I know, so you have to have a certain amount of infantry sections and players ready before you can open up logistics and armored. But I can speak to all the other sections. I can also speak to the commander and issue and ask for things like airstrikes, Stuka runs, strafing runs, and as you saw, I can place down markers on the map to let the rest of the team know what's going on.
Okay, cool. So this is the infantry section. I think I've covered pretty much the entire commander role. So you have that vehicle. If you lose it, it will respawn at the main base. I'm the only one being able to drive that vehicle. And on the minimap, there is a star on the vehicle. Well, we don't see it here, but there is a little star. So that was the commander. Can you tell us a bit more about your restriction in your section? So you can tell me, because here I see one Leon field, I see another Leon field. Can you tell us how the restrictions are working in the game?
I could try, but I'm probably not the best person to ask because I don't know it in and out. So
Let's
might have to ask
let's do it
someone else.
differently. Let's ask Striker. Striker, can you tell us a bit more
Yeah.
of the section structure?
Yeah, so basically there's 9 people in an infantry section, and the leader will have access to a couple different leader roles that have different primary weapons, such as the Stin or the Lee Enfield for the British, and they have those kits, and then the rest of the people in this section will be split between 2 medics, some riflemen, and then 2 specialists and an MG.
So
And
basically,
specialists.
what the NCO is seeing from the British perspective is, like me right now, I'm the commander, and if I look at the loadout menu here, it says that I can be an officer with a Lee Enfield, or I can be an officer with a Sten. So it's up to you. I mean, on Hillsong, the first few flags, they are in the open, so it's very likely that I will have to have, engagement with people at more than 100 meters or 200 meters. So I'd rather have a Lee Enfield than a Sten. But if you get into the city like here, might be slightly better to have like an SMG. You'll be a bit more effective. So each NCO or section leader can decide between the two. And then when you get into the section, you can actually decide if you want to be a rifleman, or then you'll be able in a full section to have 1 MG and 2 specialists. So the specialist, it can be what? It can be a Piat, or it can be, what else do we have? A grenadier.
Sapper.
Bren, MG gunner.
No, but the MG gunner is not a specialist. It's the MG gunner. It's different.
True.
It's the subordinate.
But that is the exact same structure for the Germans. So 1 MG per section, and then you'll be able to have 2 specialists. So you have to decide what kind of specialist do you want. Do you want like a G43 if you are a German, or do you want a Panzerfaust, Panzerschreck, etc., etc. So based on what you are going to do and how you're going to play the game, you decide, but it is 2 specialists top per section. Should we move on to the logistic?
Yep.
So we have those 2 trucks here. Those are Austin K5. It's a little smiley face if you look at it from the front. So who wants to explain the logistic and how it works?
I think Scrub did a good job.
Well, when I handed it off to you, I'm not a mechanics man.
Okay, so I'll go over that one. So the logistic
might
is
have to.
it's a different kind of section. As you can see here, we have the platoon commander, we have the infantry section we just described. So I will resign of my role of platoon commander, and I will join the logistics section. So I'm going to create a new section, and here you can see it says 1 out of 1, and here it says 0 out of 1. That means that in our current status, we don't have enough players on the game to actually have more than 1 logistics section. Striker, can you tell us the restrictions to get 2 armored section and 2 logistics sections?
Well, right now the logistics sections are capped at 1, no matter the amount of players, but there will always be a minimum of 1 currently. And then for the armored sections, there will also always be a minimum of 1, but at 22 players on your team, it will...
So 44 total on the server, you unlock a second armored section.
Yes.
Great. Okay, cool. So this is why you guys will be able to see that restriction tomorrow. So don't worry if you cannot create a new one. It's because it is a maximum of 1 unless you have almost a full server. So now I am in the logistics section. I can decide again whether I want to have a Sten or a Lee Enfield, but because I'm already respawned, I can't switch to a Sten. I would have to kind of kill myself and respawn. So here I'm the sergeant, and I see that I have 3 private with me. I have a total 2 actually, but I can have 3, so it is a section of 4 soldiers max. We have the sergeant, we have Striker here as a rifleman, and Scrub also as a rifleman. We have 5 roles in the logistic. We have the medic, the combat medic. We have the AP, that is for anti-personnel, so you have like anti-infantry mines in your stash. You also have the anti-tank, high explosive. So the high explosive is one with a big TNT stick, which is pretty powerful and can be used to destroy FOBs. And I think that's pretty much everything we have in the logistics section.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so now that I'm the section leader for the logistic, on the top left of my screen you can see a little truck with a hammer and some bullets. So what this is for is basically, if I'm in range of that truck, I'm gonna go out of range just so I can demonstrate this a bit better. And people are trolling me, so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go offline here. I should have done that before. There we go.
Rookie mistake.
Rookie mistake, yeah. I mean, that's my 2nd time on Twitch, so let's do what we can.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. So yeah, as you can see here, my little truck icon is gone, and as soon as I get into that radius, that means I can actually construct things. So each truck is fitted with 1,000 construction points in the truck, and that can be depleted by using resources. So I'm gonna press the T menu. Oh no, I wasn't the section leader, so I will have to. Who is willing to team kill me? That's
No question about
Don't
that.
have to ask me twice.
yeah, that's usually pretty quick.
And before I'm banned.
Yeah, and now we have to wait 19 seconds. Yeah, the reason is why I had to die is I wasn't a section leader, so my kit wasn't switched, so I had to select actually a kit manually. So now we are back on track. Let's go with this 10. Let's do something new. I'm gonna deploy. There we go again. So now I'm in range. I have the right kit. I'm gonna press T, and here you can see that I can drop down some enemy markers. So let's say I'm seeing something around that glider. Press T, put that down at the marker, and for 4 seconds I have a marker. So my friends, it's like showing with your finger somewhere. It's a bit easier in the game to ping locations. And if I open my map, I can see that I actually drop the mark here, and it's gonna fade out. So pressing T again, I see I have enemy markers and squad markers. So let's go into the construction. So this menu is going to change completely. This is still the old one from A10. We didn't have time to complete the A11 version, but still it's working. So let's go in the fortification, and I can make a FOB, which is costing 550 points. So basically out of one shot you can only make 1 FOB unless you go back at the main and you refill. Let's go with some hedgehogs in the middle of nowhere. Can you guys, yeah. Minions. Okay, so that was pretty quick with so many people. So that's one thing, and this was costing how much? 50 points. So yeah, you can make a lot of hedgehogs out of one full truck. Let's go with something a bit bigger. Let's go with an FOB. That should be pretty quick. Yeah, pretty quick again. And I have the radio. So now the commander can drive here with his fancy car, or if he's not with the car, you just go here and call in the radio. And let's go to the truck. So you can see that visually, you can see the ammo crates deplete of your truck. So if I look in the back, yeah, I have less crates. You see, the one on the left, there is less gear in the back than this one. That's the only way you can tell how much points you have left. So when the truck is fully empty, you'll have to drive it back to the main. Here you can see that little crane. You go near there. You look at the vehicle, press F for the interaction menu, and refill truck. And if you are in the correct zone, that will be full and you'll be good to go again. Let's drop some weapons as well. Put a Bren MK3 pointing down that way. Actually, I have a shovel. I can help. There we go. So now we have a soldier in it. One thing you can do if you still have that vehicle nearby is looking at the vehicle, pressing F, and you can upgrade it. And boom, you have some more sandbags. But this is not free. You need some more points inside the truck to get that done. Cool, so yeah, that is what you can do as a British. You can also build a Vickers, you can build some mortars. Let's go with the 4-inch, that one is a big baby. And I will show you guys how it looks when you're inside that mortar. So here, same thing, you can look at it, upgrade it, and now you have sandbags around. You get in the vehicle. So here you can see at the bottom right of my screen I have HE smoke. So right now I'm going to fire an HE. I'm just going to go almost vertical, not too vertical, so we're not killing ourselves. And you're firing around, and then I'm going to fire by pressing number 2, a smoke round here on the left. So I can actually go here. You have your range on the left, so you can decide the distance, the ranging of your mortar. Let's fire one. There we go. This one is quite big, so the flight time is long. Just gonna go away from the radio. Oh, there we go. That's.
I was going to say, I really hope it isn't as close as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
And the smoke should be around here any seconds. I think smokes are deadly as well. It's white phosphorus, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep, that's it there.
Yeah, so if you take a direct hit of that thing, I think you die. And then if you go in the smoke for the next few seconds, you still get damaged because you can't really breathe inside. It's very, very dangerous.
So you have to be careful when you're smoking out injured teammates that you don't hurt anyone around them.
Yeah. So this is actually the logistic. You can drop mines. There is not much more to it. So let's get closer to that Bedford here, the one with the Mickey Mouse camo. So who wants
Mickey
to tell
Mouse.
us? That's a Mickey Mouse camo. Or
It's Mickey Mouse. Well, Mike.
I think.
Carry on. Ignore
Carry
me.
on. Yeah, you have to. Blame the French.
Yeah.
Okay, Mickey Mouse camo. I don't even know why I said Mikey. Scrub, explain us what that vehicle is for, since you were so
The
helpful.
MSP.
Yes, please.
Oh, excellent. I've been called out by the teacher. So the MSP is the mobile spawn point. These trucks can be driven around the map, and if you're within a certain, or if you're at a certain point away from objective, you can respawn on them. What are the values themselves? Is it 450 from an objective?
Striker, you know them, if you want to tell
400 meters from an objective.
It's okay. So if the vehicle has to be 400 meters away from the objective.
If you are
then
the
you have to
attacker.
spin. If you're
Sorry,
in
that's for
attacker, yeah.
FOBs. It's 250.
250.
For MSPs.
Right, so you have to be 250 away from the objective, then the whole team can spawn on them. If there's an enemy within 30 meters of the MSP, you can't spawn in it, so that sort of gives you an indication that it's been compromised, and the enemy team then have a chance to destroy the truck. So these are a bit more dynamic than
One last
just
thing.
literally...
The vehicle needs to be stationary. If it is moving, you cannot respawn.
It just makes it a bit more dynamic than just plopping down a spawn point, and it means that, you know, if you have been compromised, you do have the chance to move it around to a different position and try another flank.
So yeah, this is the most common way into action. So MSP is the most valuable asset. If you lose it, the respawn time is quite heavy on it, so it's going to impact your team very, very much. So yeah, and if you are the defender, so on that map you need to be the German, you can go 150 meters from the flag, so you can be a bit closer, but you can't go right on the flag with the MSP. And the German MSP, we'll have a look at it later. I mean, we have 3 minutes left on that map, so we'll wait for the next map that is going to be Oosterbeek, and I think we'll talk about the armored section when we get there.
Should we go as the German team?
We won't have enough time on that one, but yes, the next map will go on the German.
Yeah.
Eric,
it's
do
good.
we have some questions from the community that we can answer in the meantime?
Yeah, we got a few questions that have been coming in. If you guys want to keep asking questions on Twitch or the Discord chat, one thing is from Fly Bandito. He asks, will we see larger and larger servers with more diverse game modes, perhaps having multiple commanders and large-scale combat with combined arms?
Well, yeah, that's a good question. At the moment, we are 40 versus 40 players. We are still aiming at 50 versus 50 players, but that one is quite complex to get into. As some of you know, we are published by Offworld Industries, and Offworld Industries is the company behind Squad, and they are also aiming for 50v50. So basically, we have two teams focusing on actually getting there to that common target. So when we reach to 50 versus 50, maybe we can make some new game modes and stuff. But right now we have this game mode, and we'll have Sandbox coming later. I think during the summer, late summer. We'll see how things are going.
Yeah, with new game modes coming in future, it will definitely, compared to offensive, you might get a different feel in terms of, how the war is going, how tactics are used, what vehicles are used, how they all interact with each other. So we're sort of looking to hope that things like Sandbox and Stratagem can mix up the meta a bit, and can also mean that people use different parts of the map and use different tactics and stuff. So that's something we're really looking forward to.
True. While Eric come up with a new question, can we get close to the tanks so we can have a quick look at the one we have on Hillsum right now?
It's actually a good question coming in from Baggy about the tanks. He's asking, are all armored vehicles split in just the front, side, and rear armor, or do all individual armor plates have their own individual thickness and
Very
angles?
good question. So yeah, that's actually, I think the answer is going to please everyone, is each polygon on that collision model is the actual thickness of the model. So we've searched online, we get a lot of resources from book, from different we make sure all the values are correct. So I don't have the values for the Cromwell, but each polygon is actually assigned a material with a thickness. So if you hit that thing from the front, the shell will actually try to see if it can penetrate. If yes, then it go through, and then it check what's behind. Could it be the driver? It could be the ammo box, could be the fuel tank, or it could be the engine, or it could also be nothing. So let's say you hit that vehicle from the side and it just goes straight through without hitting any internal components, then almost no harm done. So yes, to answer the question, each polygons of the collision model have its own realistic value.
And Tanya is asking, with the tanks, how will you need 2 players minimum, or could you explain a little bit about the crew roles on that?
Technically, you can create a tank section alone, but you will soon
You're not going to be
see-
very effective. You
No,
can't
you're gonna
solo
do
it. I've
shit.
tried.
Because you have like 3 or 4 seconds to go from one seat to the other, and as you will see in the next map when we're done loading it, is you can't see much. So you have to play with the periscope, look around. If you turn out and take your head out, you might take a bullet in it. So yeah, you'll be restricted with the periscope. So that one is, you need to, at least, I would say at least 2 people, but even 2 is, I would say it's not enough.
Armored cars can work with 2 people, but tanks,
Yes.
because of their limited maneuverability, you need the commander, you need someone in the periscope looking around and helping you out.
We have 80 seconds, so yeah, if you have some more questions, guys, just ask them on Twitch and Discord, and we'll do our best to answer them.
The one question that is a golden question that seems to come up a lot is, when is the playtest starting and how long is it going to be?
Okay,
That's the big
so
one.
that's the big one. It is starting tomorrow morning. I mean, we are in Europe at the moment, most of us. So it is 8 a.m. GMT, which is in France. It is 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. So we will turn the server on, but not all of them at once. So yeah, we'll need a good hour for all the servers to be ready. We have around 230 servers coming up tomorrow. And as for the duration of the playtest, it is the full weekend. We're not sure yet when we are going to switch a server off, but I would say possibly Monday. We'll see, actually. I don't want to say anything because I just don't know. have some more questions?
Someone's asking if we'll be able to destroy key points like bridges or repair certain bridges and reinforce positions. That's by Zlot.
Yeah, that is something we want to implement as soon as we have a sandbox game mode. So until sandbox, no. In the future, yes. Okay, let's go in the German side section. Let's spawn at main base and we'll go in the armored. So here we have a full armored section and I'm gonna respawn. Wait for the grass.
So we've only got the Jagdstug and Panzer III.
Yeah, we should probably avoid the Yog.
Yep.
We don't have a Panzer IV on that one. Okay, well, we'll have a quick look at that one. Okay. Yep, what you just saw here, that's a bug, and you'll have it all over the weekend. We haven't had the time yet to fix it. You see the turret was facing straight forward, and instantly it was looking back. So you have to actually drive it back to forward. That's a bug. We have to iron that one out.
Okay,
So,
make sure no one's standing in front of me.
yeah, I am.
Everyone's standing in front of you right now.
And he shoots.
Carry on.
Okay, I'll get in the driver position so I can see you, show you guys how the driver position is looking on the Panda 3. Here you see the driving, how do you call it, this vision slit. So this vision slit is the actual vision slit from the Panda 3, and if you look on the left, you have a side vision slit. I can zoom a little more. Oh, there he is. So here, so you can zoom by pressing the Q key, and then you can, with using the scroll, the mouse wheel, scroll up, and then you go to the periscope. And the Panda 3, you cannot turn out your head, so this is the only two positions you have. At the bottom of my screen, you can see a compass, and you can also see my vision cone, so that's where I'm looking at. So let's say my commander is telling me there is something 10 o'clock. I can look where 10 o'clock is, and I can also see that my turret is looking 10 o'clock. Can you move your turret to 12 o'clock, Scrub? If you are inside the turret.
I think he might have gotten out.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. I was just in case you wanted to
Okay.
jump in it yourself.
So here you can see the turret is rotating, so now he's at 12, and now he's going to 1, etc., etc. So if your commander tells you, put your turret at 2 o'clock because he sees something, don't even think. Check at the needle, go to 2 o'clock, and then you're at 2 o'clock relative to the chassis itself. Let's move to, I'm going to turn off the engine. I'll move to the hull MG. Oops, little bug, that one was for free. So here you can see I'm the MG34, so I'm basically on the side of the tank. I have 250 bullets in the belt, and I have 14 belts. So that's plenty. So not much to that seat. You can actually use the scroll again and scroll up. Oh, not on that one. Okay, that was a very bad example. Some vehicles have an external periscope and the sight, and some vehicles don't, and that one doesn't, obviously, because I wanted to show you. What I can do is I can actually reload my belt by pressing the R key. Someone is asking if the bullet can go through material, and yes, of course.
Also, the same question about tank interiors, if you really don't do them.
Oh, the tank interior question. Yeah, that's actually
a little doozy.
That's the thing, is everybody's asking, hey, can we have Red Orchestra 2 interior, like they did at Tripwire, which I would absolutely love us to do that, but I'm going to explain why we're not going to do it. Is we have a total of 50 vehicles, not 50 tanks, but 50 vehicles globally. So it includes trucks, cars, armored recons, and so on and so on. And modeling one tank interior it's taking almost as much time as modeling, I would say, 4 or 5 tanks. So you can imagine how much work that would be for a small indie team like us. Because let's put some numbers on the table. We are, how many people we have right now? 8 people at Periscope Games?
Yeah, consistent.
So yeah, 8 people, and not all 8 people are modelers, so we just can't afford to do every single interior, because it is so hard to find the references for those tanks and all. So it is not that we don't want to do it, because let's face it, we would love to do it, it's just not doable with the money we have. So yeah, let's move on. So that was the LMG. I'm gonna fire some more because I love the sound. Let's fire something metallic. Can you... do I have a driver?
I can.
Coming.
Yeah.
I'm getting
Yeah.
it.
All right.
If you can face to the armored car, 10 o'clock, sorry. Yeah, go forward a bit and left. Can you... yeah, I want to fire... drive a bit more forward, like 3 meters. There we go, perfect. To show you something cool. So yeah, if you shoot at some armor, so like what we said before is we check the velocity and the caliber of the bullet, and if the bullet is not going through, then it will bounce, as you can see here. Okay, moving on to the gunner position. Someone said it's a Puma. It's not a Puma, it's a 232. Come on. Come on. Okay, so now I'm the gunner of the tank, and to the bottom right I have my shells, and I have also my coaxial. So left click is going to fire. I'm not going to fire at that non-Puma thing. I'm going to fire at the roof. I'm reloading my AP, and I'm going to switch by pressing the 2 to HE. Ooh, I didn't change my key, that's not good. Okay, I can't, because I didn't do my keybind, that's not good. I'm gonna use the coax. And again, as you know, we are controlling the turret with the keyboard. So I can go full speed, that's the fastest the Panda 3 turret can go. And if I want to be a bit more precise, I can press Control and scroll down, and that will take the speed down, so I can be a bit more accurate in my shooting. Full speed and small speed, and you have 6 iteration in between for the speed. So yeah, trying to use the coax at some infantry is going to be a bit tricky, as you can see here. And if I scroll up, I'm still the gunner, so you can see I'm firing here. But I also have a periscope, so I can look around, and by pressing the Control key, I can rotate that periscope, so I can look around, and you see I see my own turret. So which is really good, because now my cannon is right here. So let's say my commander tell me there is something at 1 o'clock. So what I can do with my periscope, I'm going to look at 1 o'clock here and start rotating my turret and compensating with the mouse. So I can actually never lose sight of the bad guy. And when I'm 1 o'clock, I move down to my side, and then I can finish the tank. And let's finish with the commander position on that vehicle. So this is an actual Panda 3 cupola. So I can look up, I can look down, and I have a tiny bit of zoom, which is very useful. So let's look at the axis of the turret. So yeah, this is where my cannon is looking. I can see the cannon down there. I can see Scrub here, and whoever is on his left. I can scroll up and turn out. That will give me a better overview of the battlefield. And I can also use my binoculars to see what's going on a bit more. So yeah, that's actually for the Panda 3. I can be shot dead now. Let's not do it. 1 TK is enough. I'll see you with your Luger. You're ready to kill me. All of you, actually. Gonna turn back into my cupola. Now I'm safe. Well, for small calibers, I'm safe. However, if an AP shell comes straight at me, I'll possibly have a very bad moment. Okay, I'm just going to get out of that vehicle. So yeah, that was the Panzer V. I really want to
Panzer
show you
III.
again. Oh, fuck, yeah, sorry, I'm super tired. No, that's a Panther III. Yeah, I was bitching the guy about the Puma.
Yeah.
So now I want to show you guys the Tiger. Do we know a layout with the Tiger? Should we go on Hilsum? Oh, look at the commander here.
Yeah, Hilsum, yeah.
On this camo Stuck 3. I'm gonna climb on it so you can see the commander. Can you turn out again? There you are. And turn in. Can you turn in, Inuk? There he goes. So yeah, basically every single seat is having the periscope they had in real life, so we are almost, I wouldn't say 100% because someone will find something, but here you can see that little periscope here, so I'll go commander so you can see how the view looks from that thing.
Yeah, I'm getting out.
Cool. So this is the interior of the Stug, so you can switch from the vision slit to the, not, that's periscope? How would you call that? The one with the black ring. Yeah, maybe periscope. Side view?
Yeah,
side view?
periscope. Yeah, I would call it periscope.
Yeah, pretty much.
So let's go. This one is a 3-seater. We don't have a HAL MG, so if I press F3, I'm going commander. Oop, little bug. I'm gonna have another look. I think there is a bug. Ah, it's working now. Okay, bad initialization. So here I'm inside the cupola again, and if I scroll down, there we go, then I can access the spatial periscope. And that one is able to look almost 360. So I'm not exposed and I know what's happening from 4 o'clock all the way to 8 o'clock, and I have a very decent zoom. So that is a very valuable thing on that Stuck 3. And here you can see the windows are quite big, so I can look around and turn out.
I'm not gonna do it.
Please don't. Can someone fire the Stug? I want to see. Ooh, let's do the mother break. We're gonna switch to another map, so it doesn't matter. I'm gonna go right here in the dead zone. Yeah, I think I'm not gonna like it. I'm gonna go away for the first shot, and then I'll come into the dead danger zone, I would say.
Are you ready?
Yeah, fire. Can we do it again? Pretty please. And all reload time on every single vehicles are accurate to values we found, so each vehicle is able to...
Oh, we got
Oh, we
casualty.
got someone already.
Casualty.
So yeah, hold on before you shoot. I'm gonna be here. Let's see how much damage I am gonna take. Fire. Okay, none. I'm gonna get a bit closer. Fire again. 0 damage. Maybe here, maybe something is missing. Fire again. Why am I not taking damage?
Stay-
I wanna die.
That one might not be set up right. Try standing in front.
Yeah, just try going in front of it.
Actually, was damaged behind it.
Oh, maybe there's bad rotation, but well, that guy can confirm it kind of works. Can someone switch us to Hilsum single one?
Yeah, Viking, do you want to do it?
Yeah, I'll
Just
do
in
it.
case. Because otherwise we'll all do it.
That's the
We'll
joy
break
of
it.
dev build. Sometimes it doesn't work. Or maybe we should admin slow-mo.
There's actually some questions too. Maybe we could go while it's loading if you'd like.
Exactly, go for it.
So professional.
So there's-
slick.
Damn.
There's some questions about the tanks now. Lucky Demon is asking, will there be track damage on specific sides that'll stop you from moving?
Oh, okay, so as some of you may know, we are on the vehicle damage model part 1. So that means that we are not feature complete in terms of damage. So right now, if you shoot the track, nothing's gonna happen. If you shoot at the turret is not gonna stop working. Let's talk about what we have right now and what we will have in the future. So what we have is if you shoot through and you hit the engine is dead. You can no longer move your vehicle. You cannot yet repair it, so that's for you to keep in mind. And the sound will not turn off. So if you are in a tank and you just can't drive at all, it's not because there is a bug. The engine is dead, but your sound will tell you that the engine is still up. So that's work in progress, guys, so we know you will understand.
We do have the engine failure sounds and stuff, they're just not hooked up yet.
Yeah, it's just coding.
Not all of it's just coding.
Yeah, all of it is coding. It's pretty. That's actually true. And then what we have as of right now, we have the ammo rack. So let's say the shell, the AP shell, is going straight through the metal, hit the ammo rack. It may or may not, if you're lucky, explode the tank, because you know if like powder explodes inside the vehicle, it's pretty much over for you. Your tank is dead. So that is already in. So in the future we'll have track. So if you hit the track, then the track is dead, and then you won't be able to move. Then there will be also the fuel explosion. So if you hit the engine and the radiator goes super hot, then maybe the fuel, or actually if the fuel is on fire, you have a chance of the vehicle exploding by touching the ammo. So that's actually what we have right now. Let's move on to the Tiger, shall we?
It's just the Panther at the moment, I think.
Panther is good enough. Is
Well,
it
people
better?
see the Tiger tomorrow. I mean, it's like 24 hours, it's fine.
Oh yeah, well, we'll see the Panther, everything tomorrow. So this is Hilsum main base for the German, the Wehrmacht. How do you say it, my colleague?
Wehrmacht.
Yeah.
It's pretty solid first one.
So yeah, this is our lovely Panther with Z-Merit on the side. Z-Merit is actually not working, so if you put a magnetic mine, it will actually stick like there is no Z-Merit. We have MG34 at the top, another MG34 here. Can we have a commander turn out so we can have a look at how it looks? I'm gonna climb up there.
Yeah, I'm getting in.
I don't want to start a tank war, but I think I like the Panther more than the Tiger.
Ooh.
Yeah. What do you think, guys? Panther, Tiger?
I'm a Tiger fan
Definitely
myself.
Panther.
Yeah,
I'm
Panther,
Tiger.
speed and velocity. So yeah, that's the commander turning in and out. I'm gonna get in as well. I'll show you. Can I go? Oh, the driver just popped out. So now I'm the gunner. Periscope of the gunner. I can rotate. I cannot expose myself as the gunner, sadly, so it's only periscope and sight. But here the cannon is so long that you can actually do what I was talking about before, is look left while a turret is turning, and you'll know when you're aligned, and bam, move down here and you're ready to take the shots. Moving to commander.
I don't think I fixed the muffled sound thing on that commander seat, I think, so it'll still be muffled when you turn out.
Okay, well let's have a look. So here you see the cupola of the Panther. You can zoom in. If you scroll down, again you have that cool periscope with a nice, very good zoom. And then I'm gonna turn out. There we go, and my trusty Panther. Oh yes, you're right. I can hear you with the muffled sound.
Mm-hmm.
So that's everything for the tanks. What else do we have?
I think people want to see some explosions, apparently. Is there any way we can do a ammo cook-off?
Let's drive the Panther here on the tram line, and we're gonna take a Panther 3 frontal. So we'll see some. Oh yeah, let's do some ricochet. I mean, that is just kick-ass.
Do you know where to hit it to get the ricochet? I've
Front.
only seen it once. Oh,
Panther
okay.
3 from the front.
Okay, let's get.
Okay, let's go for it. Oh, actually, you're set here. Yeah, if you park here and you shoot at the front hull, yeah, that should bounce.
Really? I think that will penetrate.
One way to find out.
Wouldn't stand too close.
No, I wouldn't. Okay, go for it. Do we have a gunner?
I don't
I don't
think
think
there's
there's anybody in the gun.
Just fell asleep on the.
Yeah, I'm now on the gun.
Yeah, but the Panther 3 gunner, because yeah, if we do the Panther against the Panther 3, it's not gonna go well. Well,
Okay,
it's
I'm
gonna go well for the explosion. though,
Oh,
but-
okay. I thought you were talking about shooting the Panzer III.
No, no, no.
I was wondering how you thought that would bounce.
Right, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. That sounds like a bounce to me, if you ask.
Yeah, that's a bounce. Yep, that's a
Can we do
bounce.
it again? I want to see it again. So everybody. I'm gonna cross on fire because I have the sun in my head. If I from here, yeah, that should be more visible. Go for it.
Yep.
So as you can see, you're doing absolutely nothing. Okay, so that's Panther 3 against Panther 5. So if you are in that vehicle, well, you won't have to engage that one, but you get the idea, the equivalent. Can we shoot an AP from the Panther toward that little Panther 3?
Can I get out
Bye.
first? No.
Ooh, straight through. You can see the
Oh.
burning metal. Can you do another one in the hull? Yeah, that is going straight through, no problem. Okay, hold fire. We're gonna rotate that little guy left so he can hit the ammo. Hold fire. I know it's tempting. I do it. Okay, try to shoot where the ammo rack is.
Is that it?
Yeah, no luck. Try again.
Boom!
There we
That's
go.
the ammo going off.
There's the fireworks.
Yep.
I was about to say 14th of July, but that's not the most. Well, 14th is in France, so. Fuck it, 14th of July.
Now the next request, everyone's wanting to see a Stuka.
Yeah, I know. Okay, I'm gonna ask for another team kill.
I'm not doing it. I'll get back. We should go to the field just to the east, so we're away from the ammo cooking off, so we can hear it.
You can just switch the commander, I think.
Are you asking for a team kill?
You have no sense of drama. Oh, Striker, now you're dramatic. Okay, I'm gonna leave that section and platoon commander. There we go, and I'm gonna raise one at main in 18 seconds. Can we have a question in the meantime?
Let's see what we got here. Andrew is asking, how do the airborne troops, do they deploy from the sky, and are we able to control where they land?
Okay, that one is a very good question. So what is going to happen for the paratroopers is we will have predefined areas on the map by the level designer. So I'm gonna unzoom here. Let's say, well, I am the level designer of Hillsong, so I'm gonna say that this area here is a landing zone, and this area here can be a landing zone. So it's not really about one location and that's it. You define multiple locations. So I'm going to define this one, then this one. Obviously not here because that's the middle of a forest. You don't want a landing zone here unless it is the Polish brigade. What you could do here, you would not really drop a landing zone here. You have a lot of houses and stuff. So as a level designer, I would decide that this area could become a LZ zone, same as this, actually that was the real location in real life. And then at the beginning of the game, if I decide to play on single 0-1 like this, you will have that layout, and on that layout I will decide that the beginning of that layout is here or here. that's pretty much how it's going to work. And the beginning of each game, the planes will flying from, let's say, west to east on that for that one, and we will be kicked out of the plane. So